In this class, I want to talk about setting prices, setting hours, filling time slots. This is really important. When I got into the business, my ex-wife, already owned Georgetown Body Works, which I own today. And she had a group of people working in the office, and they were charging $55 an hour. Well, I took a few classes, and I got started, and I started charging $60 an hour. And they got really mad at me. They said, "You can't do that. That's not how the massage industry works." Well, I'm going to tell you, don't be brainwashed by people telling you how to do your business. It's your business, and you do it the way you want to. But to me, $60 an hour was $1 a minute. Well, I could figure that out pretty easy. I couldn't figure out 55 very well. So I started doing my massage at $60 an hour, and 2 hours I did for $100. So I give people a discount. But then I'd give them a discount. So I started out as a $60 an hour massage professional back in 1988. And if I wanted to get somebody in, I'd say, "Well, look, I'll give you a half-price special." I'd bring them in for $30. Well, you set your dollar value. Now, of course, that was in 1988. My daughter now charges $150 an hour. Well, you know, you charge whatever you feel that you're worth. Now, is she worth it? Absolutely, because she turns away clients all the time. I mean, she's got her practice down now. I think she's working about 20 hours a week, which is about standard in the industry. So here's what I want to give to you. If you went to work for 7-Eleven, or you went to work for any company, pretty much 40 hours a week is a work week, right? But in the massage world, it's more like 20 hours a week. So if you work 20 hours a week at $50 an hour, you're making $1,000 a week, or you're making $52,000 a year. If you take a 2-week vacation, you've reduced that down to $50,000 a year. That's a pretty decent income. That's upper level income. Median income in this country is, I think, somewhere around $30,000 a year. So you're making more than the average person. So if you delegate 20 hours a week to your work time, then you got to fill up those 20 hours, right? Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. This is one of the secrets. You set your prices, and you figure out how you're going to fill your hours. Now, you're going to determine whether you're going to work spare time or part-time or full-time. You're going to determine that, and there's no right or wrong. Nobody can tell you how to do that or what's good for you. So, I'm only giving you my experiences. And I was a guy that fell in love with the work. And so I did a lot of work. I did more than 40 hours. A person that does 40 hours a week in this business can't help but make $100,000 a year. But it's not about the money, it's about the service. So if I were going into an area and I were getting started and I decided that I was going to work from, say, 9 to 5 or from noon to 9, which is more realistic, to be honest with you, because most of your clients you're going to find are in the evening. So if you work, say, you decide to work from noon to 8 every night, noon to 9 every night, then you got to fill up some of those hours, right? Well, you got to clean your sheets, you got to take care of your office, you got other obligations to your family and your kids, so it's not all work, work, work. But out of that noon to 9 every day, you're going to fill some of those hours up. It doesn't matter if you get paid for those hours or not, because if you start filling them up, the money will start to come. So you need to think about some things. You need to think about filling those hours up and giving away some massages. Now, some people say to me, "I didn't take all these classes to give it away." I mean, you fit the stupid column in my new book. You really do, because you got in the business to help people. And you got into business to make a living. So if you want to sow some seeds of giving, you will start getting back. So here's what I would do. I would go out and I'd find some people that were people with big centers of influence. People that owned, say, dance schools, or people that owned nail salons, or people that owned hair salons, or people that owned women's boutiques. And I would seed a massage with them. I would seed one. I would give them one. And then I would sit down and I'd say to them, and this is really important, "I'm starting a new practice. I really need your help. Would you send me some clients? And every time you send me a client, I'm going to give you a half-price massage." Now you're saying, what? All the books say give 10% or 20%. They're giving you theory. They're not giving you fact. I'm going to tell you, I built a huge practice. And my deal was really simple. And I started out and I learned from it. First of all, if you send me 2 people, I'll give you a free massage. Well, a lot of people never sent me 2 people. They sent me 1 person. They didn't get a free massage. Do you think they got excited and sent me more people? No, they didn't. So after a couple of years, I figured out what I was doing wrong. So then every time somebody would send me a new client, I would call them and say, hey, Carol, thank you so much for sending Sally. She just got her first massage. When do you want to get your half-price massage? And my practice started to blow wide open. And it worked. So here's what I do. And I'm not telling you what somebody else does, and I'm not going to give you some theory. You know, I've done over 30,000 hours of practice. If I told you how many hours I'd really done, you'd probably call me a liar. But that's incidental to this. After 30,000 hours, you don't have to count anymore. But at 30,000 hours, here's what I've learned. If you take care of your clients, they take care of you. I had one lady came to me once. She was a dance teacher. And she came to me to learn Pilates. And one day I said, I'd like to give you a massage. So I gave her a massage. And after 1 year, do you know how many people that turned into? She sent me people. Her people sent me people. It was over 100 people the first year. Over 100. After 5 years, you know how many people that was? 800 people. 800. Just from doing just that. So if you say, well, you don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to tell you something. I have experienced it. So get out of here and get into here. Get out of your head, get into your heart. And start sowing some free massages. And what's going to happen is they're going to start growing and blossom into huge networks of clients for you.